Hi, my name is Eric Rassanen, and this is my Week 1 presentation for National University on Sport and Performance Psychology. A lot of you might ask, why sport and performance psychology? Why should I even think about using those services? Well, according to the American Psychological Association, or APA, there are many great reasons to use a sport and performance psychologist. First of all, it can help enhance performance. This can include increasing overall performance or rebuilding performance to previous levels. Next, it can also help cope with pressures of competition. There can be a variety of reasons why individuals feel pressure, and my job is to form a relationship, provide feedback and communication to find any deeper underlying issues. Next, recover from injuries. Injuries are a constant in sports, and how each individual reacts to rehab, reacclimating to play, and even relationships with players and coaches can be a daunting challenge. With the help of a sport and performance psychologist, we can help ease those concerns and get a player ready to play again. Keep an exercise program. Performance consultant can help you set goals and discuss why previous attempts may not have been successful. Enjoy sports. We can help build positive relationships and resolve issues both mental, personal, and physical so that sports can be enjoyable for everyone involved. It's not just sports anymore. Performance psychology is very far reaching and is not only used for athletes, but it's also used for performing arts. For example, musicians, dancers, conductors, singers, and actors. It can also be used for high-risk jobs such as surgeons, military personnel, firefighters, and police officers, as well as for office work. What makes an effective sport performance psychologist? Well, it's the ability to achieve the stated goals. It's also being a good listener. We need to understand what our clients' needs are and how we can help them achieve those goals. It's also important that we are interested in caring. We need to be interested in what our client wants to achieve and care about the results. By showing those two attributes, our clients are going to be more open to taking our advice and moving forward to help them become successful. It's also important to be energetic and hardworking. Many of our clients are extremely hardworking and energetic in their field. And if we have that same attitude, it's going to allow for a very successful relationship, as we know that we're going to keep driving each other to get the best results possible. It's also important to be flexible. Many of our clients don't have a set schedule. We could be working with an athlete that has practice in the morning, a game at night, but something might come up in the afternoon that they need our help with right away. It's important that we are able to help them out as often as possible. Also, for some of those high-risk jobs, such as a police officer or firefighter, many times those individuals can be on call for a day or two at a time. And it's important that when they have the opportunity to meet with us, that we try to fit them in as best as we can so that we can help meet their needs and achieve their goals. The importance of follow-ups. If we have a plan in place and an action plan for our clients, we want to follow up and make sure that they are adhering to what we have set up for them. If we don't follow up, there's a chance that they'll stop with that action plan or maybe go off course, which can hurt the results in the future. By following up, it keeps everybody on course and shows that we really do care about their results. Finally, our ability to demonstrate useful sports psychology skills. Many times our clients won't know the breadth of our knowledge, but we need to show that we take their concerns seriously and that we can show them that we have a plan in place for them. I'm briefly going to touch on 3 avenues of psychology and their technical backgrounds to show some slight differences, but also some of their similarities. First, there's sports psychology, which we've briefly touched on, exercise psychology, as well as performance psychology. First, let's start with sports psychology. Sports psychology is the interactions between psychology and sport performance. It's the psychological aspects of optimal athletic performance. It's also the psychological care and well-being of athletes, coaches, and sports organizations. And it's the connection between physical and psychological functioning. Next is exercise psychology. Exercise psychology focuses on the behavioral, social cognitive, and psychobiological antecedents and consequences of physical activity. It also focuses on the adoption and maintenance of physical activity and its effects on psychological well-being. Finally, there's performance psychology. Performance psychology addresses work environments where teamwork and motivation are important to performance. It also focuses on the psychology of human performance, particularly in professions that demand high psychomotor performance. Next, we're going to discuss my plan. My services are built on the following foundational principles. First is communication. Communication is of utmost importance to build relationships with my clients. I need to understand their needs and formulate a plan to help them achieve their goals. Next is feedback. Feedback helps facilitate two-way communication. It also tells individuals how they're performing. Feedback's great for both the client and myself. This allows for greater satisfaction and accuracy. It also allows for a decrease in frustration. Next, flexibility. I briefly touched on flexibility earlier, but the needs of the clients are always changing, as are their schedules. An effective consultant is available when the client needs assistance. Next, building relationships. This is very important. By utilizing effective communication and feedback, along with sharing of experiences and stories, we can build a great relationship with our clients. Relationships can lead to more contacts in the future. Sharing experiences. As I just stated, part of building relationships is sharing stories and experiences to expand knowledge. We can use these in the future. Next, reflection. It is important for myself as a consultant to view my work and interactions on a regular basis. This allows for me to learn more about myself, my techniques, and my clients. I also want to encourage my clients to do the same, as it can help significantly with personal growth. Finally, interaction. Interaction is important because it allows individuals to learn about each other on a more personal level. Again, throughout this process, it's all about building those personal relationships. It also shows how much I care about my clients and take their concerns personally, and that I want to work with them to resolve their issues so that they can achieve their goals. Help me help you. As I stated, my purpose is to help my clients achieve their goals. How can we accomplish that, you might ask? Well, first of all, tell me what you need. By you telling me what you're looking for, what concerns you have. It allows me to better formulate a plan of attack to make sure that we can help you achieve your goals. We can do this by having you both share stories and by sharing experiences. By you sharing that information with you, I can also share some information about my own personal experiences. This can allow us to build our relationship and form a close bond. Again, my job is to listen to your message and put a plan in place that helps everyone. For example, if you come into a hardware store looking for a hammer and I'm trying to sell you a screwdriver, then I'm doing you a disservice. There's a break in the communication that needs to be fixed. As a consultant, it's important that I understand what your message is. What concerns do you have? I need to make sure I listen to that intently, write down that information, get a program set in place, and then communicate that information back to you. Make sure that we're all on the same page so that we can move forward and be successful. Now, why would you choose me? That's a good question. One, I have experience in the field of sports, as well as the office environment and performing arts. This includes both individual and team activities. I've also coached individuals of all different ages and ability levels. Not to mention the fact that I've worked in a variety of settings and with many different personality types. This is my message to myself, and I include this in this presentation for many reasons. One, is that it's important to remember that my job is to show how my services can be effective based off of my own personal experiences and stories. Two, being an active participant in the process is key. Next, history of the field and textbook information isn't going to go far in this field. It's being able to relate to our clients on a more personal level that's going to make us build our relationships and want to continue to achieve our goals. Finally, it's important to remember that results speak the loudest. By having a successful track record, that's what's ultimately going to draw clients to us to help them achieve their goals. The only tricky part is, though, as we first begin, results are going to be few and far between. So it's going to have to be about building those relationships, having that great communication, and really interacting with our clients on a more personal level. I want to end today with a quote from a great mind. Now, you might recognize this fella. That's Cosmo Kramer. And a quote that I found that I thought was pretty interesting was, you know what they say, you don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle. And I thought that was pretty important and kind of indicative of what we're doing right now. I look at the steak as all the knowledge that we've accumulated. That's everything from the textbook, that's all the theories, all the behaviors, just all that information that we've compiled. That is almost impossible to go out in the field and sell to somebody. It's going to be too much information. They're going to hear that and be like, whoa, hey, I'm not interested in that. I just have this small issue. I want to work on it. This is my goal. That other stuff, that's not for me. However, if we go out and we sell ourselves, our communication, our stories, our experiences, if we can build relationships that way through the sizzle of what we've done and learned, that will ultimately make us successful. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to everybody's feedback and looking forward to other presentations. Thank you.